Blog Talk Radio.
Namaste, everyone. Welcome to Nature of Reality Radio, first show in the new year. It is January 6, 2016. This is your host, Andrew Fisher, broadcasting Wednesdays from the suburbs of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to expose the true and false nature of reality for what it is and what it isn't. Today on the show, I will be having Morgana Starr talking about things like psychic powers, Akashic records, Reiki healing, tarots, and more. She is a psychic medium and angel communicator who was raised in the wilds of Africa by missionary parents. All the places to be raised. I'm sure that was interesting in Africa, in the wilds, no less. Watch out for lions out there. This, along with looking for healing from fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome, has led Morgana to spirituality and her work with angels. She is a Native American pipe carrier, Reiki Master Teacher, Akashic record and past life reader. She is nationally known for her work directly with Archangel Anael, that's spelled A-N-A-E-L, channeling her in books, blogs, and group sessions where she speaks in angelic tongue. Her website is morganastarr.com. That's morganastarr.com. First of all, I need to point out I have 7 people here in the queue. All of them have question marks next to their numbers, so I guess that means they all want to get a reading with Morgana. I never actually clarified with Morgana if she could do readings on the show. I presume she could because she's been doing this on previous shows, but if she doesn't want to do it, then folks, if that's why you called in, then I regret to inform you, well, it's up to Morgana. But since I mentioned that, Morgana, I don't know which area code you are. I just sent you a message on Facebook. If you are in the queue, could you please respond to that message I just sent you on Facebook a couple minutes ago, telling you that there's a whole slew of people in the queue right now, and I have no idea which one is yours, and I prefer not to have to check every single one of these folks to see which one is you. So if you could please respond to that message on Facebook that I just sent you, if you are in the queue right now, and let me know exactly which area code you are, and I'll repeat this again in 5 minutes in case Morgana isn't actually in the queue yet. But before we get her on, and I'll get her on no later than 6:10 p.m. Eastern, which is about 8 minutes from now. Before that, we will first, as usual, start with the news courtesy of Alex Jones and Company at InfoWars. First article, FDA, Food and Drug Administration, to approve cannabis-based pharmaceutical for multiple health conditions. So is this a stepping stone to making medical marijuana more tolerant, as in not having to worry about the government arresting you for the federal government anyway, for having medical marijuana? Because medical marijuana is, well, there's really no such thing. There is no such thing under federal law. The feds do not recognize it. But it's possible they may actually change that because of this cannabis pharmaceutical for multiple health conditions. Don't have time to check into what exactly this is about in great detail, but I guess that could be a bright side in many regards. Folks, I got a little bit of a message here. It says a script on this page may be busy or may have stopped responding. You can stop the script now, or the script and debug, or let the script continue. I may have to restart this page here, but hopefully this won't affect with us being able to listen to the show. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here, but all right. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Hopefully this won't be too much of a bug. I'll just have to keep continuing here. Second article: Islam is satanic. Pastor found not guilty of grossly offensive remarks about Islam. Okay, was it the pastor who said Islam is satanic, or what? Who knows? I don't know. But okay, folks, I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to stop for a moment and find out exactly what's going on here with my computer, because I seem to be having a little bit of a glitch here, and still haven't gotten a response from Morgana yet. But okay, hang on, folks. I'm gonna have to restart this page. I apologize to everybody, but this is an unexpected glitch that I did not see happening. So just give me a second here to reload everything. I'm sorry, folks. It says warning, unresponsive script. Looks like I'm going to have to restart here. Okay, I'm going to have to reload this page just to play it safe and make sure everything is working. I'm going to have to close the chat room too. I'm sorry, folks. Just bear with me as I deal with this little bug that I'm dealing with right now. Oh, okay, Morgana, you've just responded to me. By the way, Morgana, can you hear me? Because I'm having a little problem with my. Okay, it says having technical issues. You or me? Well, either way, I'm going to try to. All right, my page is reloading. Hang on, folks. I so do not need this. I'm sorry. Okay, my screen is just reloaded. I hope you folks can hear me now. I'm just going to have to X out of all these ads here that popped up. But also give me a second here just to get the chat room back up. All you folks, please don't hang up on me. I'm not going to try to hang up to cancel the show or anything. I'm just going to need a couple. All right, I see Morgana. You are in the queue right now. Area code 321. Thank you for coming on. I'll get you on in about 4 minutes or so. I'm going to have to do the news on the fly because I just wasted a few minutes here to get this stupid stuff restarted. I don't know what the hell the problem was. Hope it wasn't a glitch or anything, but a terrible glitch or anything. But all right, and at least you guys know I'm yeah. Oh, I get it. Mercury retrograde. That's probably what caused it. Thank you very much. It is Mercury retrograde. It started yesterday. That's probably why this is happening. So, folks, don't blame me. Blame the Mercury retrograde. Hope you understand. So, let me get back to the news here. Next article, Chinese immigrant defies Obama's executive gun grab. I won't be a slave here, too. Well, good for you. This gun grab, well, first of all, the President of the United States does not have authority to sign executive orders that apply outside the executive branch. All executive orders must stay within the executive branch of government, and anyone that applies out that goes outside the government, outside the executive branch of government, is null and void, and that goes double for executive orders that apply to the, or should I say they are made to apply to look like they apply to the American people, but as I just explained, they don't. So do not obey this gun grab. They just want to take our guns so they can control us more easily, and that's absolutely disgusting, just like staging Sandy Hook to justify taking the guns was disgusting, but of course that was a staged event, just like 9/11. But anyway, if we lose the Second Amendment, we lose everything. Even the ETs have told us that. I'm sure ETs don't believe in using violence to escalate violence, so they may think some people might be better off without a gun, but then again, some people do think it's okay to use violence to escalate violence, so let's respect the rights of those people to own guns to do that and protect themselves from tyrants and governments. All right, next article. Most Americans are one paycheck away from the street. I'm not exactly sure what is meant by that, but a couple of things to note about the economy. The Fed did just recently raise interest rates. So when interest rates begin to rise, then, well, some people say that's a sign that the economy is definitely about to tank or coming very close to tanking. Let's see, Morgana is saying I'm calling in on my Skype phone, so I guess maybe she's not going to be area code 321 anymore. So I guess this can be it can be presumed that these problems that I am having are in fact being caused by the Mercury retrograde right now. But hang on a second. I'm having a problem with the chat room too. It doesn't seem to be want to load either. Oh my God, what's going on here? Oh, hey, you say you can hear me. The problem is, however, I'm looking at my screen right now and I'm seeing that my Blog Talk Radio studio isn't even up right now. Oh my God. Now screens are popping up like crazy. That's Mercury retrograde for you. But don't worry, folks. I'm going to get back to the studio right now, and hopefully we'll put a stop to this. And right now I'm asking my angels and guides to try to prevent Mercury retrograde glitches from happening, because it's really, really inconvenient right now, really unpleasant. Don't need it. Okay, I'm going back to the studio. Bear with me, folks. All right, here's the studio again. All right, I see 111 number. That's a Skype number, Morgana. I presume that is you. So, you know what? I'm going to get in the chat room in a little bit, but before I do that, just to make sure I don't have any more problems, I'm just going to do the last article here and then get more. Yes, I see, Morgana, you say I am on. Thank you for telling me that. Let me just finish the last news article here. Oh yeah, I mentioned the thing about the when the Fed raises interest rates. That's when some people say the economy is on the verge of tanking. Watch out when they do that, and they did recently do that. And most Americans being one paycheck away from the street, I guess that means that living paycheck to paycheck is not going to help many Americans in this day and age, and many of them are in that position. And paycheck to paycheck is not the way to go, and you really can't save money because, well, with things like Obamacare being put in, it's kind of hard to make enough money to make a living easily and not go into debt and go bankrupt and all the rest of it. So, well, one might say it would be a good thing if the economy tanks. So some new currency can come. We'd have to pay the brunt of it because the dollar would be the world reserve currencies and America would pay the brunt of that. But in the end, it may just be all worth it. And one last article. Cologne eyewitness police describe situation as civil war. You guys can make the most of that. Some people say we are in a civil war right now for all intents and purposes, but well, civil war is one of the worst kinds of wars ever. It's nothing more embarrassing for a president, basically, if their own country it has people fighting with each other. And Abraham Lincoln, yeah, he got a lot of criticism in the war, in the Civil War for that. Oh my God! All right, folks, I just had another problem. I tried to X out of something, and now all of a sudden, Mozilla Firefox has redirected me to another page. So once again, I'm going to have to get on the blog talk here. And as soon as I do, I promise you I'm going to get Morgana on, which hopefully will be in less than a minute. Okay, I'm done with the news. Didn't really go too well. Don't blame me. Blame Mercury retrograde. We're going to have a Jupiter retrograde in a day, by the way. I haven't actually checked the astrology forecast, but hey, maybe Morgana can tell us what that's all about. All right, enough of this screwing around here. I'm going to get Morgana on right now. Try to... I didn't hear anything yet. Hang on a second. I got an ad blocking my ability to click on the page. So, oh my God. Hang on, folks. Trying to X out of the ad that's blocking. All right, let's try this again. All right, the thing is spinning. Morgana, you are on the air. Is that you?
Hi.
How
Are
you
we
doing?
having fun yet?
I don't know if this could be classified as fun. Got a bad feeling that as soon as I try to X out of one of these ads, some page is going to pop up, and I hope I'm wrong. But anyway, I just want to start off by telling you there's there's 6 people in the queue right now. I'm guessing they're all here because they all want to get some sort of a reading with you. Is that okay with you, or do you not feel comfortable doing that?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Questions, if they want a reading, or if they have questions about angels, they want to know a little, whatever. I'll go with the flow.
Okay, that's good to know. Just so you know, folks, I'm not logged in the chat room yet, and I really don't kind of feel comfortable clicking on anything right now because something might pop on my computer. And well, actually, since I just spoke too soon, I said that, and now all of a sudden, the blog talk screen has switch to the non-studio page. The good news, however, is that I can still hear you. So maybe if I'm lucky, this will eventually stop. But as long as I can hear you, let's get on with the show. Psychic powers, Akashic records. I guess it only makes sense for me to start off by asking you, can you, to the best of your ability, silence the skeptics who say that having psychic powers and channeling the Akashic records and archangels is a bunch of bullcrap. You can't do that. And I recently had that happen when I tried to spread the word about, I got a reading from some psychic medium who was channeling recently deceased friend who was on the other side, and I posted the thing about that recently deceased friend that the psychic did the reading with on the Facebook page of that late friend. And someone, whose name I'm not going to give, said, "Oh my God, you got scammed. You actually believe that the psychic has any powers and all that." And a couple of other people basically told me the same thing. So having that on my mind, I can't help but ask you, could you please, to the best of your ability, Morgana, debunk and silence the skeptics to the best of your ability?
Well, what I have to say about that is everyone has a right to believe what they want to believe. And I feel very strongly about that, especially working with the angels, because that's one of the reasons the angels are here, is to help us be able to exercise our free will. And that means the free will to believe what we want to believe. my background is from a religious missionary, preacher's daughter and such. So I was raised in a group that did a lot of proselytizing. You know, you believe what we believe, or you're going to hell. Well, the angels are just very different from that. But as far as in your case specifically, where someone is saying, "Oh, you can't believe that," a good psychic or a good medium will give an evidential reading, and that's part of what I do train, because I have to agree a little bit with what the person said. There's a lot of psychos out there. In fact, I just launched an Indiegogo campaign, and our video, I'm going to post it on my page again. It's rather humorous, because that's what we start out first is, we're not the crystal ball readers. We're not the psychos of psychics, because there's a lot of them out there. And they just kind of say, "Oh, yes, your loved one loves you and wants to tell you that they're proud of you." Well, how does that help you? You don't know that's who it was. So the evidential part of it is, and hopefully this medium did this for you, I'm sure they did, was to tell you things about the loved one that they would not know, but you knew. You know, either in the way they talked or the way that they showed themselves. Sometimes they'll say something like, they're showing me a sewing machine and they're doing a patchwork quilt. And they go, "Oh, yeah, that is my mom. She did that sort of thing." Now, how would the psychic know that, or the medium know that? So that just affirmed that it was the message from the deceased loved one. So that's the thing that I always tell people when you're getting readings, get that evidential confirmation that it truly is that person that they're speaking to. Does that help a little bit?
Oh, yeah, thank you. Just so you know, I don't think I'm going to be able to put myself on mute for this show because of all these problems I'm having. So if anybody hears me breathing through the microphone, I'm sorry. You'll just have to deal with that. So, but so everybody knows, I'll try to start taking calls for readings and questions and all that at about 7:05, 7:10 at the latest Eastern, which is little less than an hour from now, and I'll try to give each caller an equal amount of time, so I'll let you know beforehand how much time you got so I can fit all the callers in before the end of this 2-hour show. But moving along, I can't help but ask about your life here and how it actually helped you with your current life here, being raised in the wilds of Africa by missionary parents. Do you believe that being raised in the wilds of Africa, and by the way, I'm interested to know, was it kind of frightening to be there, never knowing if you might get jumped by a lion or something like that? And did it actually help you, like maybe being in tune with nature in the wilds of Africa for a little while, I suppose, could have helped you with the life career that you're pursuing right now? Tell us about your life in that regard, how you feel it helped you, and was it not frightening to be in the wilds of Africa? Well,
it actually, for me, it was normal. And so looking back on it, it did help me a lot. I'm very connected with that heartbeat of Africa. And being a psychic now, understanding the connections that we have with our roots, that has been very powerful for me. And then there were no judgments there. I lived in my own little world, so to speak, with my little... there were real monkeys, but they were invisible monkeys to other people, too, that came to tea parties I had and such. It was just a very raw way to live without all the technology being brought in or lots of people. So it was mostly the spirits that were alive there to me. And no, I wasn't scared. There were a couple times that I do remember being scared. Because as a child, my parents kind of kept me, I don't know, it was just, there was no reason to be scared. I ran around barefooted. They got scared because there were poisonous snakes and puff adders, but they just never bothered me. I was just kind of at one with them. The things that scared me were the crocodiles. So I wouldn't go near the water because there were stories about crocodiles jumping up on the banks and grabbing children, and baboons. We had a baboon that killed our German Shepherd dog. And I do remember going down a pathway once when my brothers, I was way in front of them because I never stayed and did what I was supposed to. And a baboon ran across in front of me. And they're pretty fierce. You know, they can be mean, but it just kept running. It didn't want to attack or anything. The pythons bothered me. They scared me. They got our dog. My dad actually pulled it off of a dog and rescued the dog, but I remember him bringing it up to the house. He was carrying it, and they couldn't kill the pythons. That was they were protected. So he put it in a bag and took it to a reserve someplace and let it loose there. But I do remember I was in a little kiddie wading swimming pool, and I saw him walking up with that python and his hand draped all over him. He was 6'6", big guy, and I just remember jumping up and screaming. So I had a healthy fear of snakes, but never of the lions, never of the elephants. I wanted to pet the elephants. I got to hold a baby lion when I was over there. Yeah, we went to see a circus, and I got to hold a baby lion. But to me, it was just a part of the world. What was hard for me was coming back to America and being around so many people, and I couldn't understand how people acted.
Oh, and being raised by missionary parents, I'm assuming that means that they were Christian in some regard. I seem to know a lot of people in the spirituality community who were raised in some sort of a Christian background, and then eventually they left that and started on a more metaphysical path. A lot of people, some people might even say metaphysics could be considered a religion, but I beg to differ because those in the metaphysics community usually think of religions as brainwashing, since they were under great manipulation by the powers that be. But do you think that maybe spending a little time if you were going along with your parents' Christian beliefs, actually did help you in some way to do what you're doing now?
Well, it helps me understand more. I was very brainwashed. I don't believe that some of the other people in that particular religion were as brainwashed as I was, but I believe the best thing for me to have happen was to be killed for Christ. And that's a little twisted. So it was hard to break free from that. And because of that and breaking the fear from the religion, because I remember one time when I was 16 or maybe 14, waking my parents up, scared to death that the rapture had happened and I'd been left. Those were the kind of fears that ruled my life. And it drove me down that path into going actually for training to become a missionary myself. I went to Bible college in Knoxville, Tennessee, and then to Lincoln, Illinois also for a year, and raised my kids that way up until it took something traumatic to change it, which was a divorce, and it was really a lot of pretty nasty personal reasons as to why that happened. And that shook me out of not understanding. I couldn't understand why I couldn't find God in churches anymore. And that led me down the Reiki path. I met my Reiki master, and then through that particular training, it opened my third eye, and I started to no longer be afraid. Because for a while, even then, I heard one of my friends said she didn't believe in the devil, and I was sure she was going to go to hell. And that was when I was still in recovery mode. So I'm able to counsel more, and I understand where Christians come from and that they really, really are very, very scared for us. And, they pray for us because they're afraid we're going to go to hell. They really, truly believe that. So I understand their perspective and have compassion for that.
All right, now I can certainly understand it as well. And looking for healing from fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome. You're the one that has those two disorders?
I don't. I did.
You did. Okay. And how did you heal them? And can
Through
it be change method? It can be used to heal other problems, by the way.
It's basically the main thing that helped was with the angels. I did some, the Reiki helped, a lot of the spiritual exercises worked, the meditation, the stress relief. But the pyramid of protection is one of the hugest things that made a difference. And now the angel that I work with came in, and this was after I was a Reiki Master Teacher for about not quite 15 years, but 14 or so. And I was still in a lot of pain, actually on pain meds and stuff. And she's like, you cannot grow your roots to Mother Earth anymore, and stop putting yourself in a bubble. You can't breathe. So she showed me this new modality that brings in, with every breath you breathe, divine light that cleanses and clears all your energetic field and is transmuted into love and goes out to Mother Earth to heal her. Because Mother Earth is over this. We're using old modalities, and we forget we're in a new millennia. We've got to start shifting and getting some new teachings, and we need to get that straight from the angels, because they see it on a clearer vision and a clearer way than others do.
And this angel, it says you channel Archangel Anael. That's not an angel that I do work with. I mean, every so often I do a 28-day program in which I do 7 days with each angel, Gabriel, Michael, Uriel, and Raphael, but not Anael. And it seems like the four angels I just mentioned are the ones that people would most often channel for spiritual and metaphysical work. At least that's what I've seen from my research and experience. But this Archangel Anael, and it says it's a female, what is it about this angel that makes her so special? What does she do, and how does she compare and contrast with the other ones?
And that's a great question, because a lot of people ask me that. The angels that you speak of are the ones that have had the good press, so to speak, the ones that have ruled the patriarchal society, the ones that are mentioned in the Bible. So those are the ones people know of. Some of those angels are mentioned in not such a good way in some things they did in the Bible. The angel Michael, however, that name actually means hero. It is not the name of an angel per se. There is an angel called Michael. They don't care about names so much. It's an energy. So that's a hero angel. And if you go back into all the ancient dialects and languages, that even back to the ancient Sumerian written language, it goes back to the Mikiel Mush, the angel of, like I said, the hero. So that's just one example. And the reason Anael's come forward in a female form is to bring balance back to the world. Because as you just mentioned briefly in some of your news stuff and what a lot of people see on the news, it could be construed as a pretty negative time right now. And there's a lot of male energy coming out that's not positive. There's a lot of good positive male energy, but energy that moves you forward is a male energy. We need that in every person, male and female alike, but we need that in balance. And now is to bring that power, empowerment back and healing. I stand back in amazement at some of the healing that I have seen this angel perform on people, a lot of times using her symbol. And it's like a star surrounded by angel wings, and it's an 8-pointed star, 4 for the elements, 4 for the directions of the earth, surrounded by spirit. And that symbol just drawn on people, I could give you stories after stories of tumors disappearing, doctors not knowing what to do, they can't operate anymore, pain disappearing, people being able to sleep. it's just incredible, plus the whole piece. She's also an angel. She was created when the world was still dark. So she's not afraid of the darkness. And where some angels will go in all full in battle and flaming light and swords and stuff, she just slides right in there, does what she needs to do, and gets out, kind of in a stealth mode. And sometimes that means, like, I've had sessions where someone's had something dark around them. They can't seem to get their life in order. Seems like everything that they do, they're hitting a brick wall. So I do a session on them, whether it's on the phone or in person, and I'll see something really dark peek up. As soon as they see the angel around me, and she says, you don't get to play here anymore. This one's mine. They go, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry. That's okay. Out you go. This one, no more. And then that person's life changes, and they start getting miracles and wonderful things happening to them. So she just is in to shift the energy, to release the anger, to release the frustration, the guilt, the fears, and to empower the person to be that beautiful creator and healing energy that they are within themselves.
Thank you very much.
That's the short note version.
That's cool. And I don't know how much of an expert you are on this subject, but I found out recently that the Archangel Metatron just so happens to be the same as Enoch. And, well, that's interesting because that raises the whole story about whether or not the biblical flood story of Noah was real, because it has been said that that Enoch is the great-grandfather of Noah. And if you ask some researchers like Jordan Maxwell, well, there was no Noah. It's just a play on the story in the Epic of Gilgamesh. And I think that the character Utnapishtim, if that's how it's pronounced, was what Noah was originally came from. And Jordan Maxwell even recently said, I don't think there was actually a flood. Well, that I don't really agree with what he says there, because a lot of cultures talk about a flood from the past. But for the purposes of this, what I'm interested in is if Enoch is the same as Metatron, then then what was Noah, or Utnapishtim actually, well, were they real? And I mean, was Utnapishtim perhaps real and Noah was not real, just based on the story of Utnapishtim? And was Utnapishtim an archangel because Enoch was an archangel? Can you perhaps enlighten people on this?
Metatron is a very interesting angel, and I have channeled him quite often. So I'm asking him to explain this to us. He has told me before that he also embodied the great scribe Thoth. So I work with that energy when I do the Melchizedek method of healing, and work with that through Alton Kamadon, but then also Thoth brings in his own information to update and enlighten more. As far as Enoch is concerned, yes, he has that energy it's of the Enoch person, he's saying, not necessarily as you cannot take every word in the Bible as it was, because it was written so many times before, so many centuries before happened, and then was written so many centuries later. So, yes, Enoch, no Noah, is what he's saying. Yes, there was a flood, but it didn't happen quite in the same way that the Bible speaks of it. But there is that thread of continuity, as you said, through all different religions that speak of the Great Flood. So there was an Enoch person that was the embodied angel of, he says, a fragment of him, of Metatron, walked upon this earth. And much of what they wrote in the Bible about the Enoch person in that physical body is true, but not all. But he did disappear like that because he kind of likes theatrics.
Yeah, one more question about this very subject. I remember in an episode of, I think it was the first ever episode of Ancient Aliens, Eric von Daniken pointed out that the pyramids, maybe just the Great Pyramid maybe it was all three on the Giza Plateau, but it was definitely the Great Pyramid, one of them. He said that it was created, the construction of them anyway, was ordered by someone named Saurit, and then he said that Saurit is the same that the Hebrew community calls Enoch. Okay, so does that mean that Saurit is the same as Thoth? And if they're not the same, then what is Eric von Daniken? Okay, so they are the same.
That's what he's telling me right now. Yes.
Okay.
And they did that in such a way to help create the spiral mean, so that it created a vortex to spin astrally, to travel back and out of the body, to work with their light body and their Merkabah field. That's what he just said.
All right, thanks. And there's a lot of other evidence that the pyramids were used for multiple different things, so I don't think any one specific theory is right. Yes, does make sense there. And so I guess Christopher Dunn, Carmen Bolter, and all the other people, they are right in some regard. But I'd like to move on to another
really
subject.
Smart people.
Okay.
I don't know who these people are. Personally, I don't know who these people are, but that's what Metatron's saying.
Well, I guess
and he does have a good time talking to them. And what he likes about them is that they listen and they're able to translate it into a way that the technical mind can comprehend.
Well, thank you for doing that, Metatron. Switching gears to another subject here. I'd like to try to cover as many subjects as I can on the fly. I feel that's the best way to do some shows when the guest can talk about multiple subjects. But it says here you're a Native American pipe carrier. I presume that the pipe the substance in question that the pipe utilizes is tobacco, and what is the significance? Yeah, okay, so it is. So what exactly is the significance of a pipe carrier? And if you can, could you maybe enlighten us on the spiritual and shamanic properties of tobacco? Because anyone can, in entheogen and spiritual work, can tell you tobacco was never meant to be used as a recreational drug or a stimulant. It was meant to be used as a shamanic inebriant by shamans, among others. So enlighten us on your occupation in this regard.
The reason that the tobacco is sacred to the Native American people is because tobacco does not waste, the plant tobacco. And the Native Americans honor those that do not waste. The tobacco itself is a plant that will strip the soil bare in a couple of years, and then they have to find a different place to plant it. So it doesn't waste anything. When tobacco is used in prayers, there's a couple different ways. One, you can take a pinch of tobacco, hold it up, say your prayers, and drop it on the earth. Or if you want to smoke it in a sacred way, you smoke it in a pipe, and the smoke takes the prayers up to Creator. You're not to inhale when you use a sacred pipe. And the prayer pipe, and there is no such thing as a peace pipe, that's a Hollywood thing. A prayer pipe is made of catlinite, which is a stone in the Dakotas. And when you receive, in the Lakota tradition, and I'm trained in Lakota and Ojibwa, my native name is Ojibwa, and of which my medicine man told me there's no English translation, which kind of blew his mind. He'd never had that happen before. He said it just has something to do with working with angels. And I'm like, imagine that. But the prayer pipe, it's you should either dream about it and have it made, or it should be gifted to you. Traditionally, you should never go buy one. So when it's sold someplace, that's not a traditional way to get your own pipe. I was gifted mine and was told to it was due to my past life as a Native American pipe carrier in the East and a life in the West as a Native American pipe carrier. So I took it to my medicine man, and after he got over the shock of me getting a sacred gift from just meeting somebody one time, which when I was gifted that, I did know enough. I gifted it was a sun dancer that had gifted it to me, that had made it for me. I gifted him back tobacco, which is the proper way to receive a gift. And I was told to hold it. If it spoke to me, then I would find out what to do next, otherwise put it away for a year. Well, I put it away for a year because I didn't have anything to say. In a year it did. It was buzzing in my hand. And at that time I had learned enough. And so what I did was, after I petitioned for a stem to be made for it, because it's just the pipe itself, and it is a creation on putting together of heaven and earth. The pipe is the bowl, and then you have the stem. So you have the male and the female parts, and you put them together. When you put it together, you're connecting heaven and earth. And you take little pieces of tobacco and say a prayer, and you fill your pipe with those prayers. And then you smoke it in a certain way, and again, you don't inhale, but the smoke goes up to the Creator to get your prayers answered. It's a very sacred and honored tradition, and one that I don't take lightly. I'm very, very honored. I did take it to a medicine man to have it woken up, and it has been in hundreds of sweat lodges. And now, when it is in a sweat lodge, it glows blue. It's really kind of cool. It's a wonderful pipe. I'm very honored.
Yeah, one thing about tobacco that I'm interested in knowing if there is truth to this. Well, I'm sure it is, because Akashic Records reader Andrew Bartzis says it, and I always say it. If an Akashic Records reader says it, then that means the Akashic Records say it, and if the Akashic Records say it, then it must be true. And there's no question I'll be getting into this a little bit more with you in a little greater detail. But sticking with the tobacco thing, Andrew Bartzis does actually smoke tobacco, and he often, many times when he's doing like a question and answer session or something, smoke. He claims it's all natural tobacco. He rolls his own, and he blows on the camera. And he also says, among other things, with the spiritual properties of the smoke, one reason why he thinks tobacco is very helpful is because it actually helps him communicate in two dimensions. Now, someone like him, and by the way, I will admit, a couple months ago, I did actually start smoking tobacco again for this very reason, because I thought it could help me. And I actually smoke a very special form of tobacco known as mapacho, very specific to South America, and has a high nicotine content. But anyway, he says that smoking tobacco can help you talk in two dimensions. It doesn't so much lower your vibrational frequency as much as it lowers the frequency of your message, so that someone who's like a sheeple, for example, would have an easier time understanding what you're trying to say, and someone like him and someone like me who talks about really far out things like psychic powers, Akashic Records, ETs, UFOs, and all kinds of crazy things that sheeple would find too crazy to take seriously. If you smoke tobacco, it is said that it will actually help the sheeple, or people that are not as awake as you, understand you better. And if that's true, would you recommend, people, maybe we should actually start smoking a little bit more tobacco so the sheeple will help us, will understand us better?
Well, I have to ask the angels about that one. And what I'm being told is, if somebody feels like that's going to work for them, then it's probably going to work for them. But why put something that could potentially harm your physical temple, your avatar, the being that you are using to house your spirit this lifetime? Why do that when all you have to do is to communicate with the angels, and they can help you change your words and change your vibration? Being able to communicate on a way that the common folk understand is something the angels can really help with. And so can the avatar energy of the Reiki. So that's something that, if it works for him, great. but I wouldn't recommend it.
All right. Well, they say tobacco has a very high addictive potential. Well, actually, it depends on how you use it. People who do not inhale, and you say you shouldn't inhale, if you don't inhale, that doesn't cause like an instant nicotine rush as it would when it goes to your lungs. So people that don't inhale are a lot less likely to crave tobacco and nicotine, unlike those that do inhale. And also, I can tell you from experience that that just because a form of tobacco is high in nicotine content does not necessarily mean that it's going to be addictive. Because when I originally quit tobacco, I started off as a cigarette smoker, then inhaled, then I switched to cigars, and then I eventually switched to pipe tobacco, and then I switched to mapacho, and over the course of time, my craving for nicotine and tobacco actually decreased, and that's kind of the opposite of what you would expect because mapacho has a very high nicotine content. Well, no, I think the spiritual shamanic qualities of the tobacco and the way I wanted to use it caused me to crave it less, which helped me to quit. And again, the only reason I started again was for the reasons Andrew Bartis gave, it'll help you speak in two dimensions better. And I think someone like me who talks about crazy stuff can benefit from that. But I can tell you I'm not craving or addicted to it. So, I mean, well, everybody's different. But anyway,
that's part of the whole free will thing. You've got to find what works for you. And what works within your vibration may not work for someone else. So I'm not going to say no that it doesn't work. I'm just saying that I wouldn't recommend it because that's what the angels are telling me. They say, okay, yeah, some people want it, but they can get it another way.
They sure can. And, well, okay, let's switch gears. Going on to Reiki, mentioned it earlier, I want to talk about it again. The thing about Reiki that I think a lot of people are most interested in knowing, aside from the science behind how it works, is do you really need to practice it? Because some would assert, well, okay, believe that you have the ability to heal and using the best of your ability, heal someone with the intent of healing them, the intent, and also the belief that you can do it. That's all there is to it, belief and intent. But others would say, no, it's not that simple. You got to practice. And a good analogy is, well, like for the past few years, I've tried telekinesis, in which I try to move just a teeny tiny little piece of paper that barely weighs anything with my own hand, just like the Jedi do in the Star Wars movies. And even after doing this for 2 years, I still cannot move the paper. I can only assume that practicing it over the course of time, maybe in, 35 years or so, maybe I'll be able to move the paper a fraction of a millimeter or something. But in this duality matrix, where things are very dense, for lack of a better phrase, it's kind of hard to do that. And one would assert that you would expect the same to be true with Reiki. You gotta practice. So to practice Reiki or not to practice Reiki, that's the question. Do you have to do that, or is belief and intent all there is to it?
Well, there's a lot of misinformation out there about Reiki. And Reiki is not just about healing. For one thing, when people go with just the intent of healing, the problem is a lot of times they can get backlash or backwash. So they can start to feel the emotions or the physical pain of the person they're working on. That's where this pyramid of protection, and I do have that on my website under free, really, really helps a lot of people. Because then you're keeping the energy flowing through. And I always tell all my Reiki students and I do angelic attunements too, that you wash it through like your arms are water and your breath, your arms are like a fire hose and your breath is like water. So you're washing that energy from the top of your head through you. So I really recommend that. The other thing is these symbols. People are forgetting about the Reiki symbols. The symbols are very important. They were given to us, and Reiki's from Tibet. These are Sanskrit symbols, some of the first language written, and many people have symbols that are not even written down that aren't part of the traditional Reiki. But it is about working with your energy body, and waking that up, elemental energy. There's just so much more. I am a Reiki Master Teacher, but I'm not a Grandmaster. There's some Grandmasters out there, and there's more teaching that needs to be had. Reiki's just been watered down way too much. So that's why people are saying, oh, you don't really need it for healing work. No, not really. You can do the angelic attunement. You're going to get healing. But Reiki is for your energetic body. The angel work is for the electric body. You've got to have both. And so Reiki helps with those symbols so that you can create a whole energetic frequency within your physical temple, and then you can radiate that out to everyone else. And what I'm doing right now, people that are listening to my voice, because I'm feeling the energy, the Reiki energy kicking up with me, they're going to start feeling it, especially ones that have symbols, they're going to feel it stronger. And it's going to give them an energetic hit, so to speak. So it's much, much more than people understand that it is.
No question. And let's talk about Akashic Records now. First of all, in regards to Akashic Records, the first question I think I should ask, and because I often say this, and I want to know maybe if I'm taking this the wrong way. One of my favorite sources of information on my show is Akashic Records reader Andrew Bartzis. I don't reference him as much as I used to when I first started doing the show, but I still do often, and many people have accused me of using him as a source too much. But my excuse for why I use him as a frequent source has always been the same, and that excuse is, if Andrew Bartzis says it, then that means the Akashic Records say it. And if the Akashic Records say it, then it must be true. One might say maybe I'm biased in asking you this because you're an Akashic Records reader, but am I right in making that assertion? If I'm not right, why am I mistaken?
I am not familiar with this person, but I feel a truth. Okay. I always have to go to the angels because I always tell people, no one really cares what Morgana Starr has to say. Let's find out what the angels have to say. This person knows what they're talking about. They're very specific with the Akashic Records. I can read the Akashic Records. I wouldn't say that's my specialty. My specialty is with the angels, but the angels help me read this. In fact, Metatron helps a lot with this, with the reading of the Akashic Records. So yes, it's written within the core of the earth where the Akashic Records are stored. And as it is written, so it is. And this person that you're speaking about, they keep saying rings true. True heart, true soul, true words. Very beautiful. Beautiful energy. Beautiful energy.
No question. There's definitely, although it goes without saying, it's possible for an Akashic Records reader to misspeak. One example regarding Andrew Bartzis was he was talking about all the Titanic and all the other ships, why they were sailing across the Atlantic. It was the metal that they were carrying was designed to screw with our consciousness, and he actually made reference to the Titanic sinking. And I thought, well, wait a minute. It has been said that the Titanic was actually the Olympic, which was masquerading as the Titanics. And then in Andrew Bartzis' YouTube channel, I wrote in the comments, so is that just a conspiracy theory that the Titanic was actually the Olympic, or did Andrew Bartzis actually mean to say Olympic instead of Titanic? And Andrew Bartzis said, he replied to that. He actually said, wow, that was actually a very good catch. I do commend you for catching that. So I guess he was saying, yes, I did in that sense misspeak, but hey, I know what I was talking about when I said all the ships were sailed across the Atlantic to screw with our consciousness with all the metal they were transporting. So it goes without saying, just because an Akashic Records reader can pretty much answer almost any question because they can answer the Akashic Records, right, they are not, they can still misspeak. So
well, it's speaking through the human veil, and words sometimes get in the way. That's all that is.
Yeah, that makes sense. And
with you.
Okay. And I know it could be considered very taboo to keep asking Akashic Records readers questions because, well, it's kind of uncool. You're only taking advantage of their powers just to get answers to things you want to know just for your own satisfaction. But I'm going to try to limit this to just one question, and I do hope maybe your angels can help me with this. There is something, Morgana, I have had hanging over my head for the past week. I had Santos Bonacci on my show last week, and he has totally gone over the edge and caused a lot of people to scratch their heads and even lose faith in him because he's talking about this. He asserts that the flat Earth theory is true, and I tried to bombard him with all kinds of things on the show last week to show that the Earth is in fact spherical, and he claimed to have debunked all of them. Also, though some of the people that commented on that video didn't seem very satisfied, but hey, I would have to think that an Akashic Records reader and the the archangels can actually answer this. Is the Earth flat or is the Earth not flat?
It's spherical.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's just human. And I'm just hearing the angels saying, why do people spend so much time talking about these things that are not really of an importance to the growth of a soul? But the world is spherical as you speak. It helps. I don't know what else to say about that. They're just kind of humor. That's why I'm chuckling.
Yeah, well, it was just one of those things that people are definitely going to be asking about, and it only makes sense for me to take this opportunity to ask you because of your Akashic abilities and abilities to channel the archangels. But getting back to channeling the archangels, I have heard conflicts about this issue as to whether or not it is in your best interest to ask the archangels for help all the time. I seem to recall hearing some people say if you ask your guardian angels and spirit guides and the archangels for help too much, but they didn't really clarify what they meant by too much, then it will eventually come back to haunt you in some regard because, well, for lack of a better phrase, there are points in your life when you should keep the angels and guides out of it and just suck it up and do it yourself. But other people have said, well, no, they're there to help you. They're there to assist you, and to suggest that they would actually not want to help you just because you ask them for too much help totally goes against the unconditional love ideology that they follow. So can you think of any example where asking your guardian angels, spirit guides, and the archangels for help too much would be a problem in regards to causing bad karma?
Well, no, I wouldn't say it's bad karma. It's just that you've got a guardian angel. Everyone has a guardian angel, and everybody has guides. Those are ones that you should be asking for your everyday things. An archangel, the term arch, refers to like a general in the army. So not everyone has an arch. I don't care what they say. Sometimes arcs will come and they will come in and out, and the high arcs, they can fragment themselves and be with everybody. So a lot of my, in fact, I had a client recently that an arc has come in to work with her, and he'll only be there for as long as she's going to do this work, which is going to be pretty huge. They're not going to mess with people that are just mundane, but they will mess with people, or mess isn't the right word, but they're going to work with people like you because you're a light worker. You're bringing light. You're bringing knowledge out to help people think, to challenge their belief systems. So, of course, the arcs are going to come in and when you ask them because you're making a huge difference. And there's going to be other people like this, the other light workers, and you guys know who you are. But if you say, well, should I go out with this guy or something like that, you don't go ask the general in the army. He doesn't care what guy you go out with. So if that helps you put a little more perspective in it, be a little respectful. You're going to a freaking archangel. Make sure what you're going to ask them for help with warrants that. When you may just need to go to your guardian angel or one of your guides and say, what should I do in this situation? They're going to be happy to help you with it. But if they need extra help, then go to one of, like let's say you're going to go in a court case to get child custody because you're concerned about your children being abused. Well, then that's when you call in an arc. And I always tell people, call in Anael, ask her, she has the ability to call which angel you need. So you don't have to go to the angel dictionary to figure out which angel you need. Just say, and now I need some help. Will you send the right angels in? Boom. She's all about justice, all about standing up for the rights of people that have been abused, men, women, and children alike.
Well,
so,
Morgana, sorry to interrupt you, but
no,
this is coming back to me really big right now because I just got a letter in the mail that ties into this. Well, I need to sort of get into a little bit of a life story about me, but I'll try to make it quick. Back in September, during the time of that lunar eclipse, that was the final eclipse in the tetrad, I went down to Arizona to try to take part in a peyote ceremony, but unfortunately I got pulled over by an officer on the highway, and I am very well aware of the fact that transportation laws only apply to those in commerce, and those who are not using roads for commercial purposes, they have a right to travel. It's not a privilege to use the roads for non-commercial purposes. It's only a privilege if you're in commerce. So I knew that the officer, well, he alleged I was speeding, but I knew that law didn't apply to me. So I told the officer I'm not in a for-hire capacity, and I tried to invoke my rights. But the officer, being the authority-abusing asshole and ignorant one, because he didn't know what I was talking about when I said I'm not in commerce, he decided to get violent with me, took me out of the car, took me to jail for 30 hours, and I eventually got out after my dear sweet mama bailed me out. And after I got out, I called Randy Kelton of Rule of Law Radio, and he told me that there's 3 documents I should file: a motion to dismiss, a removal of case, and also a federal lawsuit application. I should file that with the federal courts and the county prosecutor in Arizona. Now, shortly after I did that, my mother got a check back from Arizona, which Randy Kelton told me is a very good indication they decided to drop the case against me, and chances are they did that after they saw those documents that he told me about. So I figured, well, there's nothing to worry about at this point. I mean, from their standpoint, it isn't profitable to go after someone in Pennsylvania for a traffic ticket. They'll lose money. However, in the mail today, I actually got a notice from the county prosecutor in Maricopa County telling me that I am hereby summoned to appear in court on 1 week from today, the 13th, at 9 a.m. Now, that's the bad news, and they tell me if I don't, I'll have a warrant for my arrest. The good news, however, is that if I file the same documents that Randy Kelton told me about originally, then I shouldn't have any sort of a problem with this. Well, I shouldn't, but I'm starting to think maybe they're actually trying to come after me again in retaliation for me acting like a sovereign citizen, because they don't take kindly to that. But I have believed, and I've even talked about this on like social media sites like Facebook, that, and you sort of did mention this just now, that if you ask your angels and guides to, like, let's say hypothetically you're pulled over in a traffic stop and there's a warrant for your arrest. If the warrant for your arrest is an illegal, illegitimate, bogus warrant that the government and the law enforcement had no authority to issue, then you can ask your angels and guides, I suppose, to, like, temporarily or maybe even permanently, if you're lucky, get rid of that warrant. So if the officer does a search on you, he will not see a warrant for your arrest. Now, if you deserve to have a warrant for your arrest because you did something that harmed someone, then the angels and guides will not answer your prayer, and you're going to get arrested to resolve the karma and all that. But if the warrant truly is bogus, and in this case it should be bogus because I've done everything I could to say this is a legitimate case against me, and I think at this point they're trying to retaliate against me, trying to go after me again, can I ask, and tell me again, which angel did you mention is the one dealing with justice? If I were to ask them to rescind the warrant, or anybody else,
you just asked Anael. I pronounce it Anael. I think you're pronouncing it different. Anael.
Yeah. Right, that's
you
the
ask
angel.
her, she'll send the right one in. She'll send whatever angel it is that you need, or angels in that case, because it is. I mean, this sounds pretty typical of the system and wrong. So
yes,
it's one of those things that it can be. It'll be resolved. I don't see that it's going to be a big problem for you. Just ask Anael to guide you in the right direction and to create the energy that needs to happen with this.
Right, I'll definitely do that. And again, I'll try to file those 3 documents that Randy Kelton told me about. So hopefully this time they'll finally get it.
Yeah, the documents are big. That will. Yeah.
You got to do your part, of course.
Yeah,
so you got to do your. In regards to law, would you agree that you still got to do your part in order for the angels to assist you in regards to getting a legitimate case against you dropped?
Well, that's part of what they do. Is angels too are light workers, so they will illuminate what needs to happen. You still have to do your work. You still have to do your part, I mean, right now I'm in the process of creating an angelic call and training center. So an angel school, and we're opening up. Well, it's taken a lot of work. I'm not just sitting back and thinking angels are going to miraculously wave their magic wand, but they are guiding me to the right people and creating miracles for these things to happen so it can affect the life of everyone in this world and create a better livelihood for other light workers and angel workers in this world. So you got to do your part.
Oh, there's no question about that. And, one more thing about angels that I need to ask you about, and archangels in particular. Some people have suggested that the arc in archangel, it actually, like you said, it's sort of like a title for like a general. Well, some people have said that the arc actually refers to archon, suggesting that the archangels or entities that claim to be archangels are actually archons masquerading as masquerading as benevolent archangels. And although many who I've asked this question to have asserted, no, the archangels, they are good, but yeah, there probably are archons out there who can masquerade as perhaps Archangel Michael or someone like that. So can archons masquerade as like good archangels? Can you clarify that, please?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why you have to be careful who you're talking to. A lot of that, it has to do with when you a meditation practice, so that you are familiar with the different energies. I mean, there's good angels, there's bad angels. I mean, there's a reason that their stories are about the battle in heaven. There was a battle, and the good angels lost. They were the ones that were tied to this earth. They were the ones that said humans, they loved humans so much because they saw that they were created in their image. You know, even it speaks in the Bible about that. You know, there we created humans in our image. Well, who do you think that we were? So the angels, they love us so much, and they wanted us to have free will. But there was a group of them that said, no, we're going to make slaves out of them. We can feed off of their fear. And the group that we work with, that you and I work with, it's like, no, we won't have that. So there was a battle. And they lost a lot. And they got tied to this earth. Now they've recovered, but the battle still goes on. I mean, look at the news you were talking about in politics and stuff. A lot of fear continues throughout. Control the masses through fear. So, you know, they're out there. But the ones that empower, the ones that bring love, that bring balance, bring healing into your body and your mind and your soul and into communities, that's what's important. Those are the ones that you know are going to be true. If they come in and it feels fearful, that's not right.
Yes, use your discernment and use your heart to see if they're good or bad archangels. But one more subject, and then we'll start taking calls. Past life reading. Now, one thing I really want to clarify about past life is, could you perhaps, well, first of all, before I ask you the question directly, a guest I had on a previous show talked about how, well, if you consider that time and also space are illusions, everything that past, present, and future, not that there is a past and a future, but you get my drift, everything is happening all at once in one location at the same time in the same place. And we just don't perceive that because we're in a matrix, but that's how it actually works. And he talked about how if someone were to do a past life reading on you, they could determine what your past incarnates were. However, he actually raised the possibility that because everything is happening all at once at the same time, if you change your timeline in the present time, change your doings, your deeds, and all that, then if someone were to do a past life reading on you before you made that timeline shift in your personal life, they would actually see different incarnates of you. Like maybe before you change your life, they did a past incarnation on you and saw that you were like a warrior in Genghis Khan's army or something like that. But if you changed your timeline and started doing other things, then maybe things for the better, then that same past life reader, if they did a past life reading on you, they would no longer see that you in a past life were a member of Genghis Khan's army, just as a hypothetical example, and the reason your past life changed was because you changed what you were doing in the present moment on a different timeline, and the fact that everything is happening all at once is what makes it possible for that to happen. Well, I'm thinking maybe he's going off the deep end. Is it actually possible that can happen? Can you change your past life incarnation simply by changing your timeline trajectory in the present, or does it not work that way?
I'm told it doesn't work that way. I believe what this person maybe, I can't speak for him, but it sounds like he's speaking about alternate realities, because that's a whole nother subject. But when you have a past life, that is what it is, but there's also time is circular, so it can kind of mess you up. It's not a linear thing. It's kind of like the Earth is circular, so is time. And so your past life could be a future life, so it can get a little complicated doing past life readings. The thing that I think is important about past life readings, I do a soul path reading, which is tapping into the Akashic records, and we go through when your soul was first created, which that's very interesting, because a lot of people that come to me, their souls weren't even created on this earth. And then major past lives. But what happens is it does no good for someone to tell you had a past life, for example, Genghis Khan's army, and you killed a bunch of people and then you died. Okay, so how did you die? You've got to go through the past life, or you got to go through a forgiveness purpose of that. In other words, when you died, you need to put remorse in there so that you realize you didn't want to do that again in other lifetimes, and you release any pain and suffering, any emotion from it, and just keep the power. Because Yeah, I think that's funny that you said that about the Genghis Khan thing, because I have a very strong past life in a Mongol warrior, but that's like 26,000 years ago or so. But people that are light workers have some very dark past lives. You have to, in order to have a balance. That's part of why you're a light worker now, because you've gone from that dark place to come back to bringing into the balance and into the light. So people should be glad if that comes up. One thing that, for particularly that I've known that a case of a woman that was having problems with her neck, and when we went through a past life regression with her, it was her being killed by an abusive husband and held up against the wall with her feet off the ground and choked to death. When she was able to take herself to that space of when she was starting to die and when her soul was starting to leave her body, and forgive him, forgive herself for not being more powerful, forgive everybody else, she no longer had neck problems. She released all of that, because that's encoded in our DNA, all of that from our past lives. So remembering past lives don't help you. Healing from them helps you. So, but there are other ways you can do it without even remembering them too, and that's part of what some of the avatar, the Reiki work does, is to help people release that.
Thank you very much. All right, we got to get on the calls. I got like 8 people with a question mark next to their number and 2 people that don't. I'm going to presume every single one of them want to get on. So I like to try to keep these shows to 2 hours. I guess we could go a little past 2 hours if you need to finish a thought or something. But please, just for the sake of the people's lousy attention spans, let's try to end the show at 8 o'clock so I can give each caller 5 minutes. So let's try to do this on the fly here, but still try to get in all your question and all that to the best of your ability. And Morgana, please answer it to the best of your ability. So first of all, area code 515. You are on the air. You are on the air now. Area code 515. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question?
It's Jennifer. Thanks for taking my call. I'm from Iowa, and I guess my question is, what is my life or soul purpose?
Wow, that's a big question, Jennifer.
Cliche, but important nonetheless.
Yeah. I mean, we could take a long time answering that, but I do get you are a healer. That's part of why you've had some health challenges. So you are to definitely get on my website to start protecting yourself with that pyramid of protection. You're a very, very strong empath. This is why it's hard for you to be in crowds and why you fight depression. There's a lot around you. They really want you to get onto the healing path. You need to start learning Reiki. You're also a medium, and so you're empathic with spirits as well. You're a natural medium.
Okay.
Very powerful one, actually.
I need to learn how to use those.
Yeah. You can get with me sometime. I have an Angelic Arts certification program, and we cover all of that. And I'll be doing it teleconference. In the next couple of weeks, I'll be launching that. And so, plus I also have every 2 weeks, I have a Google TV show, and we cover a lot of things. I've got one going on tomorrow. There's archived on my YouTube channel, so you can check that out too. Protect yourself first. Get yourself cleared. You really need a good energy clearing yourself. And it's not because of anything you've done wrong other than you didn't know how to protect yourself, so you got everybody else's gunk on you.
You could say that again.
An aura bath would be a good start for you. And that's 1 cup of sea salt with 1 cup of hydrogen peroxide and a half a cup of baking soda in hot water for 30 minutes. Drink a couple bottles of water in the meantime. People aren't drinking enough water. Distilled water and up to a gallon a day. Start cleansing yourself out.
Okay.
So that's in a nutshell. We'll get you going, honey.
Okay, great.
And stop putting yourself down. They said, the angels are saying, we really like her. She just doesn't think well enough of herself.
Okay.
So, all right, honey?
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very
calling.
much, Jennifer. You can call in any time. Take care now. Later.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, next caller, area code 352. Area code 352. You're on the air. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question?
My name is Andrea, and I'm from Florida. And my question is there any messages, because I'm blocked with the spiritual path that I have, I feel.
Any messages about what?
Any messages, anything that my angels are trying to tell me.
Yeah, and I really do get a lot of heaviness around you right now, Andrea. I'm getting your mother around you, very strong.
I don't hear her no more. I don't hear her anymore. I used to, when she first died in April, I knew she was around me a lot, but now I don't.
She's doing good. She's busy, but she's popping in now just to let you know that she hasn't forgotten you, but she's got her own things to do. And I keep rubbing my forehead are you getting headaches?
Yes.
Because I'm getting these. Yeah, and you're going through an energy shift. Kind of this. You need to do a detox, honey. You need to detox. And the only way, the one I recommend is go to weightlosssolutions.io. If you find me on Facebook, on my Morgana Starr Psychic Medium or Angel Communicator, I'll be posting some links for that place. But they have the best detox program, weight loss also, but just detox if that's all you need. And they're just saying right now she's Andrea really needs to detox. It's just been too hard for you, honey.
Mhm.
You've been hit with a lot of stuff, and you need to take a breath, and you need to be nice to yourself and kind and gentle. You've got 3 angels around you that came in extra. Actually, your mom sent them in. Extra angels to help you through this. So they're going to help you a little more with vision, but you've got to start taking care of yourself, your physical self, a little better.
I kind of thought it was a shift change because, I am anemic. As far as my anemia goes, I was feeling like really doom and gloom, dizzy, head spinning. So, yes, I can agree with you on that.
Yeah, it's just a lot of this is it's emotional and physical.
Mhm.
So you get on that, get their book on the weightlossolutions.io, and these are extremely spiritual people, angelically driven and guided with the information that they have, and they have a list there of different products, and they have a free consultation. So please do that. That's what the angels are encouraging you towards. Just take it a step at a time. You'll get there. So they're going to help you out.
Is it true that when, I try to keep positive, I really do, but it's kind of hard not to worry. I heard if you worry, then you stop your manifestation, but I can't help but to worry.
Well, it's whatever you think about, you're bringing about. So when you worry, that's what you're bringing to you. You need to do a total shift, and one good way to start working with this is to do the an affirmation. Pick 3 positive affirmations, in between every single one, say, because miracles are attracted to me. So, I have wonderful things happen to me every day because miracles are attracted to me. I have more money than I need because miracles are attracted to me. Everything in my life goes according to my own plan because miracles are attracted to me. It will start shifting your brain, because our brain naturally has a positive-negative response. And so it'll shift your brain and make it into a positive response. You're also needing a clearing, an energetic clearing, not just with the physical, but there's a spiritual clearing you need. What I want you to do is to drink a lot of water, get some rest tonight, see how you feel tomorrow. If you want to get a hold of me, we can do this over the phone, but I'm doing some work remotely on you right now. The angels are trying to clear you out. It's all in your stomach area.
Yeah.
Once you start breathing, take some deep breaths. Okay?
Mhm.
All right, honey. Okay. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for calling. Take care. Call in anytime. Later.
Okay.
All right, folks. I'll move on. Next caller, area code 715. You are on the area code 715. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question?
Name's Richard, and I'm from Wisconsin.
How you doing?
Doing good. My question is, do you have any messages for me? When I'm practicing my music, I constantly feel somebody touching my hand, and other times it feels like somebody just sat down beside me.
When you're doing what with your music? When you're playing music?
Yeah.
Guitar?
Yes.
I'm getting a male energy. It feels like it's your dad.
Okay.
Is your dad in spirit?
I really don't know. I haven't talked to him since I was 20, so it's been a while. I saw one thing on the paper said that it could be passed away.
Yeah. It just feels very fatherly. It feels good. I'm getting some good energy coming in around you. There's going to be some changes. I'm getting them kind of pushing you forward. Whatever you're doing with your music right now is a good thing, Richard.
Yeah, I'm hoping my music leads to a career. I'm kind of working towards that.
There's an opening that's happening. You're going to have an opportunity in March. They're saying March is going to be a really big month for you, so make sure you're ready for it.
Okay.
And sometimes people aren't ready for good things that happen. We always think we will be, but we're like kind of blown away, and it's like too good to be true type of thing. And that's what this feels like. So they just want you to start preparing for it. Make sure you're ready. You're going to love it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I also heard 6 months ago I had just stopped playing, and I walked into my living room, and out of nowhere there was a sweet little female voice. So I don't know, is that somebody, my guardian angel or something?
Yeah, you're saying, they're saying what, are you writing your original music?
Yeah, I've started to. When I'm playing, I've been getting lyrics coming into my head, so I've started writing that down.
Yeah, keep writing it down because that's what they're doing. They're bringing in new music for you.
Okay, yeah.
And they want it different, is what they're saying. They just want it different. So it's going to be very angelic, but not like what people think of angelic.
Oh, okay.
So it's not like choir. It's not like love.
Yeah.
Okay. So listen, write it down. They like the way that you're an open channel when you're with your music, because you can help other people do that too with your music.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I know that's when I seem to feel things when I'm playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, keep a journal going.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Because that's going to, the journal will go somewhere. That's going to be important. It'll be something that you may be able to compile later and sell as a book.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thank you, Richard.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for calling in. Call in anytime. Take care now. Namaste.
Okay.
All right, next caller, no specific area code. It's one of those 111-111-1111 numbers. So whoever you are on the air now. What's your name, where you're from, what's your question?
Hi, this is Jane. I'm calling from Canada. How are you?
Could be better, could be worse.
Hi, Jane. How can we help you?
Hi, I was wondering what you can pick up on my current work situation and challenges, and I just feel stuck where I'm at right now.
Well, that's because you're not supposed to be there. But they did say that Mercury retrograde is not a good time to make changes, and we just started it, so it lasts for 3 weeks. And so this is a time for you to take a breath, relax, start deciding where you want to go, because you're not to stay here. You're being squelched. That's what the word they're using. You're not being able to really be who you are, and you're not appreciated. They said a mouse could do your job. You need to be who you are. You need something that's a little more challenging, something you can sink your teeth in and make a difference in this world. And it has something to do with children.
Okay.
They said it will be involving children.
So my next job would involve working with children? Okay.
Yeah, and then, so they start looking for something like that, having your eyes open for it. And I keep seeing it's like you pull a child out of some place and put them somewhere else. It's like you're going to do a lot of rescuing of children. Okay. And I don't think, it's not DCF, but it is, you're really going to help a lot of kids.
Okay. So do you see me moving on to a new job in the next?
Yeah, probably. Let me ask them when. Yeah, it's not real soon, but it will be maybe April.
In April
of this year.
Okay. Are things still going to be the same where I'm at right now?
Or what?
Are things going to be the same, at my current work situation until I leave? Anything get?
I just get that it's going to feel heavier as time goes on.
Okay.
So that's the way. Now this is how I see it. So you can change that, and that's where the readings come in. So you change that by using that pyramid of protection that I mentioned before is on my website. Bring that energy in, start clearing yourself. You can change the vibration around you so that it doesn't have to be heavier.
Okay, because a lot has to do with the people I work with. There's some people that are creating problems for me. And
they're just jealous, and they're very unhappy with their own lives. And again, using this pyramid of protection will help transmute the energy so that it's positive for you. And you can also draw an Anael symbol and carry it on you. It's extremely powerful about shifting vibration.
Okay. I'll try that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much. We'll send you extra help to get through these times because it's going to be a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a rough ride throughout 2016. It seems like all the astrologers are saying. So asking the angels for help, no reason to feel ashamed about that. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, take care now. All right, next caller. I'm trying to actually keep track on my list here to see who's been on the longest. I want to make sure that the people that are on the longest get first dibs here. All right. Area code 347. You are on the air. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question?
Hello. I'm from New York. My name is Nazir.
Is what?
How you doing?
Hello?
Yeah,
I just wanted your name again.
Oh, my name is Nazir.
Majir?
Nazir.
Nazir. Okay, got it.
My question today is just if you're picking up anything that's upcoming, if my guides have anything for me.
Well, your guides are really trying to work with you, and I'm getting that they really are working at opening your third eye so that you'll hear them better because they've been chattering at you.
Yeah.
They do say that you have the gift of clairaudience, so you can hear them. You're just you're guessing. Yeah, sometimes it's almost like you have a buzz. You may even have that physical buzz in your ear. Yeah, because I'm hearing them like. Okay.
I had this experience, I think about a month ago, where I got like this strong ringing in my ear, and then I got like this warmth around me. So I'm like, oh man, they're trying to tell me something, but I don't know what it is.
They're just shifting your vibration to take you to the next level, so that you are, so you can hear them. So if you'll start a meditation practice same time every day, even if it's 5 minutes, and make sure you're writing down anything that you get. You can write your question down, then kind of doodle on your page for a little bit. You know how you can doodle and you kind of zone your brain out. Also, if you get some brainwave music, and I recommend that you get the Delta sleep ones. For people that aren't used to meditating, don't get meditation music, get sleep music. Because that'll really help you get down to the meditative state.
Okay.
And, and you can get a lot of that online.
Okay.
So, they're going to open it up for you because I'm not getting anything earth-shattering they're wanting to tell you. They just want to talk to you. They don't want to talk to me. They're like, we just want to communicate with her. They want you to open that third eye, polish it up. They're saying stay away from fluoride, please. Quit using fluoride toothpaste. Stay away from fluoride in the water. Drink some purified water.
I've been thinking that too. It's like they're telling me in my head, they're like, she doesn't want to hear us, so we're just going to put it in her head.
Right.
And I'm like, I can't drink. Like, it makes me so sick, like really, really sick lately.
Right.
Anytime I drink it, I get groggy and stuff. I haven't been drinking it.
Yeah. So just drink distilled water for a while. Distilled water, your cells can actually absorb it. Spring water, your body doesn't so much. So
I drink a lot.
Water, yeah. Do that, honey. You got some good things coming for you. They just want to talk to you.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for calling, honey.
Yeah, thank you for calling. Call in anytime. Hope you got something from this. Take care now. Namaste. All right, so who's next here on the list? All right, area code 402. You are on the air. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question? Area code 402. Going once. Going twice. All right. This person didn't actually have a question mark next to their number, but they had been on for such a long time, it only made sense to try to get them on. All right. Next person on the list here, one of my regulars. Parasite Milton, welcome to the show again. How you doing? What's your question?
Hey, how are you? I was wondering if she has any idea what are the things in my kitchen and underneath my dresser. What actually are they? Are they malevolent? Are they benevolent? What are they doing here, and how can I get rid of them? The one in the kitchen clicks. It clicks a lot when I walk in the room, and if I say, "Are you talking to me?" they'll stop clicking.
Yeah, you've got elemental energy going on. Fairies.
Yeah.
And they're just having a good time, and they really don't want to leave. And I'm channeling them real quick here for you. They're just saying, we really like it there. It's a lot of fun, and we just want her to play with us. And where's our toys?
What is what?
That's what. And they want to know where their toys are.
What kind of toys do they need? I wish they would get off of me. They are incredibly annoying, and they scare me. They startle me. I think they think it's funny. They knock shit over. I'm sorry. They knock stuff over. They knock things over.
Funny. They're mischievous children.
Exactly. But
I
don't want.
You've got to decide whether you want to work with them in peace and have fun with them, which they can be a lot of fun, or if you just want them out. It's going to be hard to get them just out.
I wouldn't want them out. They're not doing anything for me. This relationship isn't working. It's not. I'm not getting anything out of it except disturbed and annoyed, if not hurt. I get scratched as well. So they draw.
Yeah, because you're not paying attention to them.
How do you pay? Yeah.
You can try this. How about this? Try this for a week.
Yeah.
And see if it works. Get them some toys.
Like what?
They want like a ball. For some reason they want a ball. Like a little one, just a little one. And like something little like tea set.
Really?
I have like a Barbie tea set that I have out from my fairies, among other things. If you go to a place, like you could go to a craft store and get some miniature things, if you see a cute little chair or whatever.
Kittens. I actually have some mini kittens. Maybe I should just display them for them.
Yeah, you can do that, but they want the actual, what are they going to do with those little kittens? Those aren't real.
They're ceramic.
They want a chair to sit in. They want a table. A little candlestick. I'm trying to think of some of the things I've got in my house. I've got a little baby carriage.
Okay. All right. I'll try to find something like a toy.
Yeah.
I probably.
Yeah. Well, first they want yours are very unique because most fairies don't say they want a toy, but they want a ball.
All right.
And what they're saying is if they have that ball, they'll knock it around the house and they'll kind of leave the rest of your stuff alone.
All right, I'll get them a ping pong ball or something light.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
And if you make it sparkly, like if you go to, do you have cats?
I could put glitter on it.
Yeah, you can put glitter on it. Find something like that. Cat toys have little balls that are pretty and sparkly. Anything with sparkles and shiny glitter, they love it.
I can make them something. I have lots of crafts. Would that be?
Oh, they love that.
All right.
Oh, they love that. They're really excited about that.
All right, maybe they'll like that and leave me alone. Thank you. I'm going to do it. I'll let you know. Thank you so much.
Please do. Connect with me on Facebook and let me know in a week how they're doing. And I can connect you with some other people that have had some fairies in their house and some things they do to keep at peace.
Right.
But see, fairies are interesting because, like you say, they'll leave scratches on if you're not paying attention or if you're being mean to them. Or to somebody they care about. So if you make friends with these fairies and then somebody else is mean to you, they may get scratches on them.
Okay. I hope it works. But it's manifesting itself physically in a way. Like I had to get a tooth pulled yesterday, and I've had my teeth have been pulled before by this dentist. It's incredibly gentle, and it happens to be his favorite procedure. Yesterday, I felt like I was in some medieval torture chamber. My tooth would not come out, and I felt like these beings were holding my tooth in my mouth. I know it sounds crazy, but with my heart and soul, I believe this. I've never had so much teeth. He was sweating. He could barely. It really took a long time. He was all broken up, and he usually I don't even realize he did it. You know, it's like it's out already. He does it like. Yeah. So gifted with removing teeth. Why was this one giving him so much trouble? You know, I just felt that it was something to do with what these beings in my house. They're in me. They're in my hair. They're all over me. So I'm pretty sure that they were not willing to give up my tooth, and that's why he has if it was like a tug of war, it felt like a tug of war in my mouth. I was trying to help him, but there was very little I could do. They were just resistant. And trust me, he took out every tool in the book. You know, like some kind of like a medieval kind of torture kit. Really, really primitive in the way.
Well, try this. Try to see how it works. And like I said, connect with me on my Facebook page. And if that doesn't, I feel like it's going to do the trick. But if it doesn't, you let me know. Well, you can also put a nail symbol out.
Calling them fairies has already helped. You know, to give them a positive type of identity has made my attitude change instantly.
Yeah, well, they're really excited about you doing the crafts with them.
All right, then. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling in. Sorry to interrupt, but I got to move on to the other caller because we're running out of all time here.
Thanks for taking me. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Bye. Call in anytime. Take care now.
Bye.
So long. Good luck with your teeth. Okay, next person on the list. Let me find it here. I got to scroll down. Maybe they actually. Oh, here it is. Okay, area code 337. You are on the air. What's your name or your phone? What's your question?
My name is Candace. I'm calling from Louisiana. I'm just actually wanting to call next about my love life, or if you see somebody coming my way this year, maybe possibly a soulmate or something. Something I would like to know about my love life. Anybody?
Okay. And you said your name's Candace?
Yes.
Okay. They're saying about June this year. But you've had a few soulmates in the past, but they weren't quite the right fit. It wasn't quite the right time. And what they're saying is you've got to look at it. It's going to be a different perspective because I'm seeing you kind of turn around and look at things from a different way. So this person that's coming in is not who you would expect. Doesn't fit the mold.
Okay.
But that's good because the ones that you thought that the mold didn't. So this one actually will. He's going to be okay for you. Now, they said he'll be better than okay for you.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of it is you, from now till then, is you shifting your energy till you feel better about you.
Yes.
And you've got a few things to work on yourself, and you know what they are. So you've got to start realizing you are a goddess. You've got to honor yourself and quit doing for everybody else in the whole world. That's what they said. So the angels say she just got to quit doing something for everybody all the time and not getting enough back for Candace. Because goddesses don't just give away indiscriminately. And when you get to that, and they're seeing things in March feeling so much better for you, that you're going to feel like life is just lining up. And they're talking about a cruise. You need to go on a cruise.
Yeah,
have you been thinking about going on one?
Well, I've just been really working on my music and everything like that. That's something that's been my main focus, is really been working on my music and working hard on that. And my mind just really been on that. And
you got to take some time to go play. And you go look at some cruises and look at ones that look like fun and do that in the next few months. And there's going to be a big energy shift with you with that. Your music is going to do just fine. But when you focus too hard on it, you're making it work and not play. And it's supposed to be fun. Okay?
Well, who is this person that's coming my way?
Who is it?
Mhm.
What do you want? The physical description or what? Let me see what they show me. You haven't met him yet.
Of course I haven't. I know that.
Yeah. You haven't met him yet. They said quit looking so hard. It's going to happen.
That's the thing. I haven't looked at all. You know.
But you will meet him in the course of passing. In other words, it won't be through any things you see online or anything like that. You will just meet him from being.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't date online or talk to anybody online either.
You've got to go on this cruise, though. It is important. I don't think you're going to meet him on the cruise, but it is through somebody that you do meet on it that will connect you with him. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Well, have fun. It's going to be a great year for you.
Wish you the best of luck. Take care now. Gotta move on to the next caller. Take care now. Later. All right, next caller on the list, area code, got to scroll down and find it. All right, area code 805, you're on the air. What's your name, where you're from, what's your question?
Hello, hi, thank you for taking my call. My name is Donna, hi, and my question is, there's two guys I've been talking to. One is Dusty from Hawaii, and he's going to come visit me in February. I've been talking to him for a while, and there's another fellow named Bob that lives about an hour away, and I wanted to know if anything was going to happen with either one of these gentlemen or if someone else was coming in.
It's Bob. Because as soon as you started talking, they said it's the second one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they like Bob. Your guides around you, your angels. He's a breath of fresh air.
Oh, okay.
He seems like he's common, but he's not.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He has a depth to him that you haven't discovered yet.
Uh-huh.
He's a strong silent type, but when he gets talking, then you understand a little bit who he is.
Oh, okay. Will this go into something serious, do you think? He does live about an hour and a half away. So I don't know what's going to come of that, but yeah.
They said quit worrying about it.
Yeah.
They said have fun with it. It will be serious. It has the potential to be a lifelong mate.
Oh, okay.
And all the details will be worked out.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, go into it to have fun and
Yes.
just enjoy it.
Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Also, my friend doesn't have a phone and she's been waiting. Could she get a quick reading too?
I don't know.
Hello?
I'm not in charge.
Huh?
I'm not in charge. Does she have a question, quick?
Yeah. Sorry, I was on mute. You can do the quick reading though. Go ahead.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
What's your name, honey? Hi.
Hi, my name is Virginia.
What's your question, Virginia?
My question is, am I going to, meet someone?
Are you going to meet someone?
Yes. Do you see me in a relationship anytime soon?
Not as soon
Or
as
making changes? Am I going to be making some changes with my
I'm not
living
seeing.
situation?
I'm not seeing, Virginia, I'm not seeing anything this year for you. They're saying that you've got to wait a little bit.
Okay.
And they will bring the right person, but it won't be until another year. It's like the summer of next year.
Oh.
And they're saying, please be patient. He's not ready yet. He's got to finish something.
Oh.
You will meet him when the time is right, but it's not right now. So just do those things that you want to do before you get in a relationship. You can still go have fun and date, but don't get serious.
Don't get serious?
No, don't get serious with anybody right now.
Oh, okay. What about, like, in terms of a new home?
A new what?
A new home.
Oh, a new home. I'm sorry. September of this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Things will shift for that. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for calling.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. Take care. Call in anytime.
You pushed the button. You lost the other psychic that was on. Hello?
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah. I was waiting on another. You must have, because you were just going to push it now. It's all gone.
All right. Area code 805. I assume you are off the air now. Okay. Yeah, they're off the air. They were just talking about something on the other line there. Okay. Moving on to the next caller. Area code 917. How you doing? What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question?
Happy New Year. Thank you for having your show. My name is Tina, and I would like to know what you get from my amazing boyfriend, Sean, in our relationship.
Okay. Ask me your question again. I was having a hard time understanding you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said, hi, I would like to know what the spirit get from my amazing boyfriend, Sean, in our relationship.
Oh, you want to see how things are going to go for you and Sean. Okay.
Yeah.
With your relationship. That they seem surprised you're asking the question because they're saying it's going to get better and better. He's good. He's solid. He sees things differently than you, which is good. Otherwise, you'd be bored. You guys have an option where you could stay together the rest of your lives if you'll keep shifting as each other changes, and there's a big possibility for that. So it looks good. Was there a specific question with that, or did that answer it?
No, yeah, he's kind of quiet. Oh, you were saying shifting with him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, do you think when we're going to move together?
Whether you're going to live together?
Yeah, when we're going to move together, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I see you guys together. Absolutely.
Okay, you don't get a time frame?
They're saying August.
Okay.
They said just relax and don't worry about it. It's all going to flow together for you. We tend to get very caught up in how we want to control relationships. Everybody that knows me, they know that I have control issues. So I totally understand that. Then the angels, sometimes I think they come across pretty harsh, so I didn't want it to sound that way with you. But they said everything's going really well with your relationship. You just don't want to push it. You don't need to rush it. It's going to open up. If things logically make sense, then it'll happen with him.
Oh, great. And what is our purpose of being together? I want to know what Spirit has. What was the reason we came together?
The reason you came together?
Yes.
Well, you had past lives together, but the first thing they said, there's something about he's healing your soul.
Yes,
which
that's
is not usually the reason people come together. That can create sometimes an off balance of energy, but in this case it's not. And they said that you've had a hole. You've had a hole and you've been fractured. The world hasn't been very nice to you. And he's helping heal that. You have to accept Sean for who he is, though, and don't try to make him into being someone else. Just remember the reason you were attracted to him is because he's got that soft, gentle spirit.
Yes, he does. Now, quickly, he wanted us to have a child. I kind of slowed him down. Do you know why he was moving so fast? Did he want a child with me, or does he just want another child?
Both.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right.
And how do we reach you outside of this?
My name, you can Google my name. MorganaStarr.com is my website. And I'm on Facebook too, Morgana Starr, Angel Communicator.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you for calling. Take care now.
You.
Later. All right. There's 3 minutes, 38 seconds on the live feed. I guess I can go a little past 2 hours, but I can only do these last 4 callers, and that's it. All right. Area code 908. You are on the air. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question?
Hi, my name is Simone. I'm from New Jersey. My question is, could you tell me about my relationship with my boyfriend, Kern?
Okay, so ask me specifically so that we can just get right to the chase.
Okay, how is our relationship, how far is it going to go, and, how is it going? How do you think is it going to last for a while, or how is it going?
What was his first name?
Kern, Kern.
Kern. Okay, Kern has some control issues. Like I was talking earlier, I have control issues, so I see that in people. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. He actually, I like his energy. You just have to keep communicating. And as long as you can keep really communicating, this could be a lifetime relationship. But he's got a little ego going, so you'll have to let him be right sometimes. Choose your battle. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Like I said, I really like him. I like his energy. He seems like he's a really fun person.
Yeah.
So sometimes we women, we always want to be right. And sometimes we need to just shush up. I'm looking in the mirror as I say this. So that's what they're saying with this. Let the man be who he is and honor him and appreciate him a little bit more. He needs more kudos. He's a hard worker.
Oh, yes, he is.
He needs to be thanked for that.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Needs to be appreciated. You're welcome, honey. Thanks
Have
for
a good
calling.
night.
Have a good night. Take care now.
Bye-bye.
All right. Next caller. Area code 617. You are on the air. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question?
Hi, this is Lisa, and I'm calling from Boston.
Hello.
Hi, Lisa. What's your question?
How are
honey?
you?
Good.
My question is in regards to work. I'm in a job where I feel that I'm not going anywhere, and I feel stuck. You know, and I feel like I want to take the leap of faith of just moving forward and finding something different.
You absolutely are supposed to. It feels very, I'm getting drudgery at work. Like I said to another caller, this is Mercury retrograde, so don't make any jumps right now.
Okay.
Wait for the 3 weeks and be taking that time to reflect, write, make notes of what your dream job is, what you want to bring to you, and that will help start to create that. Because I do see you making a shift actually pretty soon, within 6 weeks.
Really? That quick?
Yeah, I'm getting that it's going to go very well for you. You're going to be given an opportunity. It's going to come across your radar, so to speak, and it's going to be very good, honey.
Excellent. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's time.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That'll be my New Year gift for me.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Wonderful.
All right. Well, ask the angels. They'll help you a little bit more.
Okay, honey. Thank you so much.
All right. Take
Many
care.
blessings to you. Thank you. All righty. Bye-bye.
All right. Take care now. All right. The live feed is up, folks. Just so you all know, so anybody, I don't know if it's too late to call in at this point, but anyway, I have 2 callers left. Actually, I don't know if this person even has a question because there's no question mark. But for some reason, it's taken a while for the thing to stop spinning. Hopefully my flash won't drive. I was able to do the rest of the show on Google Chrome, but that tends to have a little problem with Flash Player crashing. That doesn't happen yet. Hopefully it won't. But all right, area code 269. You are on the air. What's your name? Where you're from? What's your question?
Hi, my name is Amy, and I'm from Michigan. And Morgana, my question actually is, I've had a reading with you in the past, and I just kind of want, I guess, affirmation that I'm on the right path, maybe a message from my angels. Your energy is just, when you channel, is just so strong.
Oh, thank you. Okay, when you asked if you were on the right path, you're close. Let me put it that way, because they picked you up and moved you just a smidgen to the right, and then keep going down that road. So they said you're almost there. You're headed the right direction, but you're going to tweak. You're going to change a little bit. But they said your vibration is raising, and so they're really happy about that. And they said that this is interesting, they said that you have a revolving door of angels. So you don't have, of course you have your guardian angel, but you've got 3 to 5 angels that are around you right now at all times, but they're not the same angels. Each day they may change, and it may be a different one. You're kind of like somebody's pet project right now. And so they're sending in different angels, like interns, to help you out.
Okay.
You got angel interns.
All right. Thank you.
So start talking to them, Amy. They're going to help you out. All right. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
Take care now.
Bye.
Bye. All right. I'm going to put area code 954. Did I already let you on? If I didn't, let me know what your name is.
Oh, I haven't been on yet.
All right, glad I got you on. I have one more person after you. So what's your name, where you're from, what's your question?
Hi, my name is Mary, and I've been going through a very hard time financially, and I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to make up some money that I need and get in a better plan, or I need to move, or what you see happening now.
I am seeing things change for you. It's going to be about June that you're going to see the huge change. You will see a change before, so it's not like it's going to wait till June and you're going to struggle till then. They want you to start changing your thought pattern, which I know that you're working at because they told me you are.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And what I was saying before about your affirmations and add because miracles are attracted to me. I have more money than I need because miracles are attracted to me. I can pay my bills and I have an extra $5,000 a month left over because miracles are attracted to me. Okay, those are the things that you want to start doing.
Okay,
and
but
use affirmations. Use affirmations like that, Mary, because they do see. I'm not seeing a move. They said things are going to shift, so everything's going to be all right.
Oh, okay, because right now I have a shortage I'm trying to cover, and I like to, meet my obligations. I've been very good at that, but things have been getting very hard, so I'm just wondered if, that's going to turn around some way.
Yeah, I do get it turning around, definitely.
Do you know how soon?
Well, they're telling me June it's going to be turned for good, but it's going to be a process between now and June where you're going to start seeing it change. And if you'll use these affirmations, it can move it quicker.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Do you think I'll cover the shortage for this remaining month and be able to move on?
Yeah.
I'll be all right? Okay.
Yeah, you will.
All right. Thank you very much. It's been a tough year. Yeah. So I'm hoping to improve that this year.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely will. Absolutely will.
Do you feel a job or how this will change?
Not really seeing specifically a job. Yeah, we're running out of time. Mary, I've got a Google TV show tomorrow.
Okay.
Find me on Facebook and sign in for that, and you can ask a question in the chat room then. In fact, I'll try to make a note. We record those too, and we'll spend a little more time seeing if there's a way we can help you with that.
Okay, so I just go to your name and you're on Facebook.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay. Happy New Year.
All right. Thanks
for calling in. Take care now. All right, Morgana, do you really have to go, or do you have time for one more? Because there's only one more person left.
I'll do one more. We'll do one more.
Okay. As soon as this thing stops. All right, area code 336. You were on the air. What's your name? Where are you from? What's your question?
Hello, my name is Rodrigo, and I'm coming from North Carolina. How are we doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I am pretty well. Just I got recommended to this show by a friend, and I would just like to hear what the angels have to say to me tonight.
Okay. Do you have a specific subject question that you want to ask them?
All right. Just how can I best move forward towards my highest purpose?
They're talking about there's something around you or somebody around you that tends to be angry.
That could be my father.
I don't know who it is. They're just saying that energy around you needs to be washed out or gone away. When you can protect your own energy field better, and again, I mentioned it before with my Pyramid of Protection, go to my website, morganastarr.com, under free. You'll be able to find that. It's going to help you move past that. It's just like you just got a clean house, so to speak. With anybody that's draining your energy, if you feel tired being around anybody, then you don't need to be around that person anymore. So they're saying that you've got a lot of gifts and a lot to offer the world, but what happens too many times is you're doing this and you're being drained of energy, and the angels aren't happy with that. Because you've got a lot to offer people that will honor and respect who you are. You're not being honored and respected for who you are. You have a lot of gifts. So that's from the angels.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. All right, you take care of you now, okay?
Thank you. I will, and see you around. Many blessings.
Okay, thanks for calling.
Glad you're recommending my show. Take care. All right, Morgana, that was all the readings. And that, I guess, means we'll bring this show to an end. And, man, you really are good at getting quick readings, short, quick, sweet, and to the point. I'm very impressed with that, Morgana. That's impressive to say the least. And
it's the angels. It's not me.
Well, you got to channel it and get the message out in some way.
Yeah.
And we'll bring the show to an end now. And, this is the most emotional part of my show. I tell it to all my guests, but I guess that means I'll tell you as well. Morgana, you are indeed a fascinating individual. loved having you on, and there's no question, well, there's certainly no question I could do another show with you because lots of people would certainly want to get readings from you. However, Morgana, the fact is, ever since I started doing this show from the very beginning, I've always had a resolution of trying to get as many different guests on my show as possible before giving any one specific guest double dips, because I've always felt that it's the fairest, most impartial, and most informative way of doing a radio show that seeks to expose the true and false nature of reality. So, Morgana, if you ever want to call my show again and talk about something important, by all means, give me a buzz or call, and I can give you maybe a half hour to an hour special to talk about things. But as far as me contacting you or any of my other previous guests, I probably will not be asking you to call my show again, but please do understand that's only because I need to give thousands of other fascinating individuals the chance to have some glory on my show. But I promise you, I will make sure this interview gets heard far and wide, both the readings and also the information that we talked about at the beginning. I will upload the show to YouTube and spread it on social media networks, and it is my sincere hope that getting this information in the show and all the rest of it out to people will inspire a lot of other people to look to your work and friend you on Facebook, go to your website, and see you as someone that they can trust and rely on for guidance and assistance in life.
Well, thank you very much. It was an honor to be on your show. I appreciate your work, and the angels definitely tip their halos to you. Thank you.
All right. And wish me luck with that whole thing with those corrupt courts in Arizona. Hey, all I got to do is file the paperwork and ask the angels to help me, and I'm sure that it'll all be done. Much ado about nothing. All right. Take care now, Morgana.
All right. Thanks. Bye.
Bye-bye. Folks, that is the end of this show. I actually don't have any plans for the next week yet. I mean, I was supposed to have Dr. Delbert Blair on next Wednesday the 13th, but he actually had an accident and can't do radio at the moment, so that will not happen. Jordan Maxwell did actually tell me to contact him today by email because he's getting back from his holiday break. So I will be doing that in a little bit, and maybe he could come on the show next Wednesday, or maybe on another day of the week. He can only do an hour, so I don't necessarily have to do a Wednesday show. Just want to probably wait until after I do a second hour with him before I combine all the interviews I do with him. So probably be Jordan Maxwell sometime within the next week and a half. As soon as I contact him, I'll know. He really wanted to do a show with me, just couldn't do it because he was on holiday break. So try to get Jordan Maxwell on. If he can't come on, then I'll just do a show myself or try to find another guest. But that's the plan. This is Andrew Fisher signing off from Nature of Reality Radio. Enjoy the rest of your trek throughout infinite consciousness, everybody.